Beatrice! 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 Every fucking line! Beatrice!
Come on. Oh, because the Whitey Show, the Whitey Show, the Whitey Show.
Here we go, it's the Whitey Show. I know you like the sound of it. Whitey Show, Whitey Show.
Beautiful vacation, listening to this rap sensation rap about voodoo bitches and zombies and drinking and having sex. It sounds like a wonderful start to an awesome weekend on the island. Kind of like Jersey Shore. Next day, you wake up and 90% of the population has become crazy fucking zombies. Well, that's how we start Dead Island and basically walk through most of the game that way. Various twists and turns happen, but we all know what's coming, and since, hey, we've seen a billion zombie stuffs before, we know the zombie formula and how this one will end.
Some fucking vacation, huh? I can help you out, though. You need a weapon, I'm your guy. Bricks and baseball bats can only take you so far.
You meet all different types of people, mostly fulfilling the stereotypes to a T. Still, you'll meet a few interesting characters, but mostly you'll fill the storyline with side quests. Even the main quest givers aren't really that interesting, and sadly you do very little to advance the actual overall plot. Not to mention the voice acting isn't really the game's strongest part. None made me shut off the game or anything, but I clicked the B button quite a few times to just skip it and read it. So it sounds like I'm bashing the story. In a way I really am. In a way I'm not really being that harsh. It could be funny sometimes. It could be serious others. Even the side quests sometimes giving you interesting ideas and themes. On the flip side though, it's not World War Z or Walking Dead, which the teaser trailer made it look like it sure as hell could have been either of those. I won't say the story is unbearable or anything, but I like to see a lot more from this, and instead feels like it's just a lot of failed potential.
This guy is farther away than I thought. Well, the monsoon's messing with the transmission. This may take a while, but don't worry. I have something for you to do in the meantime.
With Dead Island, we get some interesting designs. Some of the special zombies look actually pretty badass, and you gotta love zombies just running out in bikinis. Who doesn't want to kill half-naked, crazy chick zombies? I do. It's funny. The setting and atmosphere is pretty good to look at, and overall the design of the island and the city are all well done. My major problem lies with the graphics being really clunky in the animation department. Really takes you out of the atmosphere. The running animations of the zombies are fine, but once you hit them and they do this spiral weird movement, you laugh at them instead of like, whoa, I almost just got killed. More like you're just laughing how silly it looks. And the random blood gushes look weird, but that one's a small complaint. I will say that one thing is that the weapons definitely have their own feel to them and look badass. Especially when you upgrade and mod them. They look pretty awesome. Who doesn't like to see a knife being all electrified? I mean, that's pretty fucking amazing. I love to use... I want to go out and buy an electrified knife and just stab somebody. I think it would be pretty cool and watch them shocked to death. I mean, okay, I'm going to stop before I get arrested. Gameplay wise, Dead Island deserves a bit of credit. It feels like Dead Rising in first person with the ideas of Borderlands, Fallout, and Just Cause all in one. I don't think it has the same aiming as Borderlands or the feel of desperation as Fallout, but to be able to combine all those features such as looting, level up, and exploring is something to give credit for. The design of Dead Island fits more of a Western RPG than a shooter. You'll travel to an area, talk to the main quest giver, and also be given a few side quests by random civilians. Easy enough, right? Well, due to the horrible fucking level design and terrible bugs and glitches, the game can be really frustrating. The map sometimes points to the wrong direction or doesn't give you clear directions of what the fuck to do. Sometimes the missions don't activate, leaving you to restart at a checkpoint a few times to make it actually work, and that can set you back 15-20 minutes. Things like that just sadly take down the overall game. Luckily, tech work is working on patches to fix most of these problems, or we hope so. Seeing past the problems, Dead Island does have some really cool stuff. Leveling up your character is easy enough, and in the beginning he will feel pretty unique compared to everybody else's character out there. Once you level him up though, in the long run, you'll feel far less different because you'll have so many points that he'll basically feel like every other character once you fully level him up. Talking about gameplay style, you can customize your weapon and combine it with mods. Leveling up the weapons will make them stronger and cause more damage and take less stamina away from you when you swing them. Just be aware that each weapon can eventually break, so you want to repair them as soon as possible at a workbench. However, the more I played, the more I learned that leveling up a certain weapon isn't the greatest idea. You simply find far too many weapons in a short time, and before you know it, you'll leave your old fire bat or electrifying knife behind for some shitty hammer, and it looks shitty, but it actually does far more damage. So while I love the idea of the weapon system and the level up system for it, the rate you get new weapons is closer to Borderlands, making older weapons good for only a few missions at most. Now let's just actually talk about the raw part of the gameplay. The beating the shit out of zombies with a weapon part. It's fun and pretty simple, and you've seen it before and you'll get the hang of it pretty easily. Each weapon feels different, so you'll have to learn to time your swings right. If you time it right, you should deliver some awesome damage to the zombie's face or stomach or legs or whatever you hit him with. Miss though, and you'll struggle to find these infected motherfuckers running around, smashing you from behind and all other sides. Mindless bashing the shit out of zombie gameplay works, and it feels a lot like Dead Rising in that sense. However, the farther you get into the game, the less mindless fun it becomes and more about attacking at the right moment, using fire canisters and all that. But it really comes down to if you like more of the mindless fun of Dead Rising or more of the tactical timing right of Dead Island. So the game flips about halfway through, and it'll definitely give you some challenge throughout. So you've listened to the entire review, and I bet you're thinking, wow, he doesn't sound like he's loving this game. Dead Island is a hard game to review. I had thought this game would be good, but nothing more than that, and honestly, that's how I feel about the game overall. It's a good game, no doubt. It's enjoyable, and it's even more fun when you have friends tagging along. 4-player co-op on top of a 15+ hour campaign sure gives you plenty of content to mess around with. Not to mention the leveling up is addicting. I mean, that's how Pokemon games sell so well. Then I look at the game as a freaking frustrating technology mess. It's glitchy, the bugs are there, and overall rough feel to the game just annoys the shit out of me. The level design can be frustrating beyond belief, the ugly animations take you away from the beautiful atmosphere, and the story leaves something to desire, all taking the game down quite a few notches. Still, I recommend giving Dead Island a shot. It won't win Game of the Year for me or anything, but sure as hell can be fun as fuck, especially with some friends. On the flip side, if you thought Fallout or Oblivion were unplayable due to the bugs or glitches or bad level design in those games, Dead Island will flip your freaking lid. I recommend renting it first to see how you enjoy it. Unless you're a huge fan of zombies, then buy it, or you probably already bought it. I reward Dead Island a 7.5. You're an enjoyable game for sure, but you have a bit too many flaws to consider you anything other than good. I give you a good start for this most likely long-running series.
So look straight into my eyes, tell me the truth and not lies. And now I understand. And now I understand.